Hello, this is Mish, and welcome to some gameplay of a new title on Steam called iubes 2. So this is almost an RTS, a strategy game. So it's out on the 14th of December, and the price is around $17, but there is a 10% discount on as well, $17 US that is. So I thought I'd just jump in and have some gameplay. I got this game very late in the piece, so it's already been released. I haven't had a chance to do a full review, so I thought what I'd do is I'd just play the game, give you my initial thoughts. I have played the tutorial and one or two other matches, so I know the basics, and I'll just give you my basic thoughts as I play the game. Okay, so here we go. We are in the game. So first things first, let's just get some basic stuff going so we don't fall behind. So what I'm doing now is I'm building a house. Oh, let's build two houses. As you can see, down the bottom here, I have a queue, so that these squares here are the buildings that you're queuing up. Now the interesting concept with this game, not only visually is it interesting, let's zoom out a bit and I'll show you why it's visually, because the world is spherical. Let's see, very interesting design. But what also is interesting is it's not so much micromanagement, it's management of buildings, but not units. You have no control over these units. All I can say is build this, and the rest is up to them. So let's build. Now we got some population growing, so we should see the population increase. There we go. So the population cap is now 20. So now what I'll do is I'll go back into the build menu, scroll across to the farm. So we can choose the farm there, or we can press F is the quick key. So let's put the farm over here. So I'll expand over this direction because you can only build in certain areas, and that's probably not enough. It's best to spread over there. And population is growing quite well. Let's put another house. So we'll put a house over there. So the build order is what's interesting. There's I guess there's buildings locked behind progress, so you can't build everything straight away. You sometimes need to build certain resources to be able to get to it. And also you need to manage the resources, so you can't just build gung-ho. And also, which is a good thing to remember, is if you build too much at once, you're going to make, this is the menu, this is the options here of how the iubes or cubes are divvied up and what they're doing. If you chuck all these buildings on here, they're not going to do anything else apart from build. So that might be quite a hindrance to your plan if you're planning on attacking or something like that. So let's build a few things here, get things underway. So we will build, to start with, a mill. It's a good idea. Actually, before we build the mill, let us build the stone pit. The stone pit is a necessity for a lot of things that need stone. So the stone pit requires wood. So putting it next to a little forest like this is good, so they can quickly build that. Then they'll use that as a jump to build other stuff. But while they're doing that, let's pick something else. Build that mill. Give you 2 times the collection of food, which is good. What we can do is we need more population, so we'll build another house as well. And another farm. Check the farms down. But let's try and find out where the enemy are while it's happening there. So that's going to take a bit of time. The stone pit's nearly done, but then we got this. That's where the enemy is. One thing I will say, whilst visually I think this game is awesome, the look of it, the low poly design is nice. It's an interesting idea on the inside of a sphere. Obviously it's different instead of normally on the external of a planet, obviously. So it's very unique in that way. But the camera control just seems a little clunky, because it seems to, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It seems to move. Like, the direction doesn't stay still. You can't look left and down or up. It moves. So it doesn't pivot. It actually moves, which is, it's usable, but I can imagine it can be a real pain, especially when you get a quick micromanaged system going on and you need to build things quickly to win the match. The actual camera might be a bit of a hindrance there. You can destroy stuff as well if you click on it and click the destroy button, but we won't do that just yet. Let's build a, let's some warriors coming out here. So we'll build one just for a little bit of defense. We'll build the warriors building there. What we'll also do, this is a good area actually. You can really expand out here. It's quite nice. So you can't build on a darker green, only this light green. Let's get some more buildings going. We'll build a barracks. That'll increase population as well. Let's build some more basic stuff. So another stone pit would be good. There's a stone pit over there. Build a house over here as well. Houses, couple farms. Yeah, food going up. Okay, so that should keep them busy for a little bit of time. So when the warrior building is complete, the cubes, 10 cubes will of their own volition, their own free will, go to their building and choose to become warriors, and then they will go off and attack the enemy. You have no control. But I guess the micromanagement, whilst it's gone from units, which is something to definitely bear in mind. If you are heavy into micromanagement, this game might not be for you. But if it still does have micromanagement, it's more you're watching the population, the food, and what's going on with the resources, as opposed to micromanaging the units themselves. So it is there, but it's just kind of flipped on its head a little bit as to the normal micromanagement that you'd be used to with an RTS. But let's get some more food down. The food really drops when you start building some of the bigger buildings. We'll build more houses. We'll keep doing that because more population, the quicker things build. House. Okay, the cap is reached for the house. As you can see as well, this is an indicator of, I don't know if it's population or if it's a combination of population and buildings in general progress. The percentages, obviously if it's green and going up, you're doing well. It's at the moment, it's quite stagnant, so I'm matching the computer. Going down, that's not good. But there we go. So we're jumping up there. It looks as if it's specifically on population, but that's fine. Let's get a bit more. Do is get another building here. So another barracks. We'll put a barracks in. I think it's quite important to get the population up before we start building too many warriors and too many pyromancers and stuff like that. But we will build. How long is that barracks going to take to build? So they're getting the wood from these trees here, and you see they're getting the stone from the stone pit there. So that's not too bad. It's a good combination, a good mix. If I was to put this building way over here, they would have to travel a long way to get to it. So you do need to bear in mind the location of everything. Let's go back to the build menu here. So we'll put another mill. Actually, no, we won't. We'll put a granary. So this storage for food. It will no longer be 1500 because it looks like we're going to get to that cap very soon. Put one there. Granary, I guess it was G. Yes. So the hotkeys are very handy. Very easy to use, and once again, it's going to be a very quick game. It will be very quick to start with once you know the build order. I'm still very new to this, so the build order I'm doing is probably completely wrong. There's probably many intricacies that I'm overlooking as well, but I can imagine the build order is going to be very rapid. It's going to be quite aggressive to figure it out. Granary is done, and you see our food storage bumped up. Let's stick another one in over here. Go. And the population is bumped up to 140, so that's good. We're doing quite well. So let us put some more basic stuff down. So we won't go to the we need gold. Build this near. No, we need iron ore actually. Sorry, I'll take that back. Turn the forge gathered stones into iron, essential for more advanced buildings. So we'll put that there next to that stone. Keep going with the barracks. B for barracks. That's good. So that's not too bad there because it's leveraging wood from over there and stuff. There. And we'll put a barracks over here as well. That should be pretty quick to build. But I'm starting to run out of cubes because they're all over the place. Obviously, the bigger you expand, the more they're going to be running all over the show. Let me put some more farms down. And should be able to use there are more effective farms. So there we go. So the field, double the amount. I'm just wary about that food because before I have let it drop out, it seemed to really affect my the cubes, the iubes, whatever you want to call them. This is iubes 2 as well. I can't find much information on the original iubes, although the developer's website said it was something they made. But I can't see the game for sale anywhere. If you know any details on a previous game, put some information below. I'm very interested to know. Or maybe this is just the same, but an updated version of it. They've just called it 2. But there does seem to be something historically which went along with this. Okay, so now we're doing well. So we're getting a good amount of population. That seems to be good to have idols. So idols at 70%, so that's good. So now they have nothing to do. So let's get some buildings down, which will we'll be able to attack. So some more warriors. So we'll get some warrior buildings down there, and we'll do P for pyromancer, I believe it is. Pyromancer building over there. What I will do also is put down armory. That will help. I believe that's the stacks. So the armory is increasing the defense of the units. Okay, so we're doing well. So we're really creeping up there. Put another barracks down as well because like we need it already. Barracks over there. The stone pit as well there. Stone pit, put there. Yeah. So they've can start building that way. But anyway, let's zoom out and see where the enemy is and how they're progressing. That's us left there. This way. How are we going? We should see our guys attacking them. We see that little bit of things on fire there. Especially when the pyromancers seem to be one of the more effective attacking units. They do a lot of damage pretty quickly. Okay, so we should see those pyromancers start coming across soon. It's interesting too because this is version 2.1, I believe. I played the version yesterday, and it was more cylinder-shaped maps as opposed to spherical, which is intriguing. I wasn't expecting this to change so much because when it was more spherical as opposed to cylindrical, I should say, as opposed to spherical, it was a lot different. You could see the world a lot better. Or maybe it's just the map type. Maybe there's other maps in there that are different shapes. Okay, so how are we going here? We're still at 70%. But we're not increasing anymore. We do have the. Oh look, we're starting to run out of food. Let's zip back home. Get some more. What was the field? Maybe it was Shift F. Yes, it was. Okay, get some more fields down there. Don't want to run out of food. Okay, so they've built some of those. Fields are building, and how are we going here? Yes, here we go. So the pyromancers are in there. Destroyed that farm, and they're going for it. There's 5 of them there, and they really quickly they just destroy everything in their path. But we're still dropping percentages. I don't know why that's dropping all of a sudden. There's another farm online. The food seems to be going up. It just can't cope with it. We've got another farm on there. How are we going now? Field, another field online. Okay, so it's starting to increase a bit more. Don't need to increase the amount. Need to increase the cap. Need to increase it. It seems to be stabilizing to it's growing a bit more than what it was before, so hopefully that'll start increasing. There we go. So it got to 100 then. I think it's okay. And we are going up again in population, so I think that might be right. Let's just chuck another one down. F B. Yeah. F, another one over there. Just so we can keep increasing. Go. A whole lot of farms. Yeah, interesting. The population here is not increasing. We'll drop that percentage, but let's see what happens. I guess there is a war going on, so we have 265 deads. I don't know what. Really, it should be deaths, but anyway. And now 291 killed. Oh, it's going up though. It's definitely increasing. How are the pyromancers going down here? They're sitting on the edge, doing a bit of a guerrilla warfare tactics. They're just taking out the edge buildings. That's quite good. Okay, let's get some more upgrades going with more about the show you. So if we go to, we can do another barracks. That might be beneficial. And we're not actually, that's pointless because we've not even reached the cap at the moment. So that armory. We already have 2 armories, so that's probably okay. But we'll put another one down there. Sweet. Water tank. The iubes will try to fix any damaged buildings. Quite useful if you are experiencing some stone rain. I'll put it down anyway. Too bad. With the gold foundry. Build this near gold ore for efficient production. You will learn precisely where quite easily. I tried to put this down once before and it didn't build. I just don't know whether the indicator of gold is that indicator of gold there, that kind of the orange stuff, or is that meant to be sand? And let's put it down anyway. Let's put it down here and see where they go, because if they go in a certain direction, I'll know what is gold for future reference. Oh, there we go. The population is increasing. The food is still struggling with the food. But can we build some more farms? And good. Keep going with the farms. Pop is increasing, which is good. Hopefully we hit that 260 cap. Are we going with? We have 30 warriors, 10 pyromancers. They're still just really just peppering the side of them here, keeping them busy, keeping them down. A few buildings on fire there, which is good. It would be good to get another pyromancer building up and some more pyromancers around, because we do have 13% idle there. So let's actually do that. We'll put another pyromancer building. Oh, that's right, it was P. Put that there, pyromancer building. We'll even put a night building down, I believe. Night building, actually I'll double check that. Oh, yes, it was the night building. Hey. Here we go. Right, so that is build queue is pretty busy there, so I'll leave that for now because we see all the people, all the iubes building. But food is looking better, but by the time that that pyromancer comes online, things are going to change. So let's put some more fields out here. So that should be good. We're not reaching the cap on it yet, so that's fine. But we are reaching the cap there. How's the war going? Oh, yep, so they're pushing in, doing some more damage to farms there. It's good. So that is progress. So the armory's built, another armory. Knights. And they built, so we'll have some Knights Templars raining the pain upon them soon. We'll actually put a granary in there to hold some more, to store some more food. There you go. Fearful that we're going to start reaching a cap on food. Look at all of them. Very busy. How are we going now? 72%. 1%, so we seem to be going backwards. They seem to be fighting us back there a little bit, but we have just got the other pyromancers online. And the pyromancers take a lot of food, so they are, as soon as that pyromancer comes online, you really notice that big hit in that amount of food in the stores. So let's get some more fields in there. There's the cap on field. 30. Okay, so we're at 30 now. Oh look, we can have some more farms though. Put some more farms in. Good. Build queue limit there. And we're going with the war. Seem to be fighting them back. Oh my iubes. Avenge though your fallen brethren. Get some more populations. Put the barracks. Okay, we're going to do one more barracks. Is all we can do. Put that there. Population, and let's get some more farms down around it. But also, we could possibly even start building into their area for like the catapult. We just try that. Let's see what a catapult does. Let's see now. Yeah. Catapult. Not really a catapult. Great. More of a kind of a weird mechanism throwing stones. Anyway, quite effective to set your enemy towers and outposts on fire. Keeps 10 busy. Okay. I wonder what the range is on it. Let's stick it over here. It might take a while to build that. That's alright. Because look at them pushing forward now. There's actually quite a lot of them. I wonder if that's actually the final nail in the coffin here. There's a lot of them in there doing a lot of damage. I think it's probably over for them. You see that's going up pretty quickly as we're dispatching quite a few of them. But in saying that, they seem to have managed to fight us back a little bit. Let's put a hospital in, or they call it a sanitarium or sanatorium. Well, put that there. So that's a good healing spot. So that's not too far from the battle. Pyromancers and we got the knights online now. It's a good it'll be good to see more of an indication of what the actual iubes are. As you can see that these ones with the squares seem to be the aggressive ones, and obviously the ones throwing fire at the pyromancers. Apart from that, you can't actually tell them apart. And that would probably be a little bit of a gripe. I guess the camera kind of how I don't think the camera is very intuitive. I think that is a sticking point I'd like to see a bit better. On saying that, it seems to respond a little better than it did in the previous patch, so that maybe they are aware of that. But yeah, just more clarification on what the iubes are, with regards to what their kind of class are. Are they knights, are they pyromancers, or what? That's catapult isn't far off there. Let's build another pyromancer building. Look, we're actually pretty good for food as well. So we'll build a pyromancer building and a knights building. We're really pushing in there. So 86%, 87%. So yeah, it looks like those guys are really finishing off the quite nicely. Get them refugees. I think it's probably game over. That but this game will be interesting online. I haven't played it online. I'll be interested to know how the combat goes when you're fighting a human. And saying that, it is also a very strange concept to not be able to say attack now. You know, you have no control over these iubes, so the only way you can tell to attack or not is by building a building. So it's hard to stagger that to specific tactics. So it really is all about the build. There we go, 99%, so we have won this. So the pyromancers really did the damage for me there. That has been a good fight. 22 minutes for that round. But that's some example play of iubes 2. Again, this wasn't a review, this is just a bit of gameplay to give you an idea on if you possibly want to pick it up or not. There is a multiplayer component. Once again, it's online multiplayer and a single player component. So it is $17. I mean, the price seems about right for me. If you're into a game like this, it definitely is. It is nice. It's very unique. I think it's a well-rounded game, but there are a few gripes. But they've just patched it yesterday, so maybe they're going to continue patching it with other updates as time goes on. But one thing will definitely be the cameras. But I guess the gamble with a game like this, and all indie games, I've said it so many times, is the multiplayer component. If you're buying this game for the multiplayer component, it's a big risk because these games could just disappear into nothingness. It's already into the Steam abyss. It's been out for a day. It has 2 reviews. And they seem to be people similar to myself. They would have got the game, the review copy. So, you know, buying a game like this for the multiplayer is definitely tricky. If you want to play this game, it's got the single player you can play. That was against the easy AI, but there's a medium and there's a hard. So there's definitely gameplay here, but the multiplayer, once again, it's definitely a hard call, and there's something to be wary of. You might, if you would like this game, want to pick it up, bear in mind you might only ever get a few games online. But yeah, I think that gives you a good kind of outline anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope it was informative for you. I know it's not a full review. I apologize for that, but I didn't get this game in time to do a review on release. I'll leave this video here. So let me know your feedback below. Thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe for future content around many other games. Check out the channel for reviews. Until next time, this is Mesh, and I'll see you later.